Good morning, race fans. Yeah, I got the headphones on today because I want to go over some media with you. And it's the NASCAR campaign, it's the pinned tweet, it's the 2 minute trailer they released the other day. And what can I say? I think they are, maybe they're not firing on all cylinders right now, but they are definitely headed in the right direction. And I think they understand the wrong turn they took. They've backtracked and now they're, let's say, re-engaging with their core fans, and I think this is the right move. But let's get into it because I do think there are a lot of little details I'm going to stop their video and talk to you about because I want to, emphasize what they're doing and what they're saying. So let's get into it. So here we are, and boom.
America's forefathers didn't throw tea into the harbor so we could sit quietly on rooftops and drink champagne. They didn't.
All right. I have to stop it right away because I love how they tied a little bit of the American founding, but the big line there is stand on rooftops and drink champagne. I think that is a direct call out to F1 because, frankly, in my mind, I'm not a big F1 fan. I'm impressed by the technology. Absolutely. The drivers are spectacular, 100%. But the racing is boring. It's all basically done in qualifying, and you get a bunch of rich people who want to be seen at a rich person's event drinking champagne on a rooftop. And I think this is a direct call out is that NASCAR had been chasing the champagne fan and had abandoned the beer fan. And now they realize, you know what? Chasing those rich people who don't care about our sport isn't going to make our sport better, and it's losing us fans. So I think they've reoriented and they realize that they're blue collar fans, they're beer drinking fans, they're Coca Cola and Pepsi drinking fans. They're the ones that matter because they're the ones that buy the t shirts, buy the die cast, fill the stands, buy the tickets. The rich folk aren't doing it. So, what can I say? I do think this is, again, the tone and the direction is correct. Are they hitting on all cylinders yet? No, but I think that this is a huge start in the right direction.
So we can be loud, so we can be free.
We don't come from royalty. We come from bootleggers and barn builders.
I love, again, tying the founding and then the founding of NASCAR to, bootlegging and everything. Great messaging. 100%. This is really well done. Whoever the ad um, campaign designer is, whoever put this together, was thinking very, very concretely, very deeply about who the fans of NASCAR are and why the NASCAR core fans kind of felt that NASCAR had lost its way over the last decade or so. And I think again, they've realized they took a wrong turn and they backtrack and they're like, boom, we're focusing back on our core fans who have loved this sport for 30, 40, 50 years and felt abandoned. And I think this is a, hey, we see you, we're coming back, we understand our roots, we understand our origins, and we're not abandoning you, we're refocusing on you. I think this is a very smart campaign on their part. Plus, by tying in the bootleggers, it kind of makes NASCAR a bit of the outlaws. We're not playing by your rules. And I think that's another very good strategy on NASCAR's part. Plus, we're about to see it. I love the flyovers and the military aircraft. I love that kind of thing because they go so fast and they're so loud and they're so cool. So, yeah, I'm a complete nerd for the flyover, and I know it's such a silly little thing, but I don't know. Oh, what can I say? I love it. If we could have, like, I forget what year it was with the Apache helicopters doing it, or if you had Air Force One a couple years ago do it. And no, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
We're about grit, fights for inches, and contact that counts.
A boat, a ferry,
All right. I love this scene too because having Marshawn Lynch recreate the Friday scene is just, that is epic. Plus, Marshawn Lynch is just a character. He's a lot of fun. So I think this is a great tie-in. Well done, guys. Well done.
This is where you remember what it's like to feel something. This is Sunday at Full Throttle.
It's loud, it's raw, and it's a damn good time. This is NASCAR. Oranges don't whisper, they roar. You want perfect turns and polite applause? You know where to find it.
There is another direct call out to F1. You want perfect turns? You know, like, yeah, NASCAR is a little bit messier because it's more akin to horse racing where you're having horses bump, shoulders with each other than, F1, which is single file, very orderly, and what can I say? It's the champagne drinkers on rooftops is an accurate description in my mind. Yeah, F1 drivers are great drivers. Their equipment is absolutely top shelf, but it's the most boring racing I can think of because there's no drama, there's no passing. I think there was a race in Monaco several years ago where there was literally, I think, not a single pass or maybe one pass the entire race. Okay, you're going single file around a track. What fun is that? That's no, no. That's not for me. I want the chaos. I want you know, little sense of this isn't all clean and easy. This is dirty, messy racing.
But if you want dust, dented fenders, and a place to let loose, we've got a seat waiting. Cooler's full, no dress code, and no velvet ropes. With your people, Heart Racing.
All right, and then this is super smart. You tie in tailgates, backyard parties, and then you get Cletus. And Cletus is a master marketer in my mind. He understands the YouTube algorithms. He understands how to get eyeballs. I mean, I think most of his videos get at least 1 million views. And that's amazing. The guy puts out a lot of content and just knows how to do it. And he knows how to attract people to come to his events. The Cletus and Cars events sell out every week or every time they happen. I shouldn't say every week, but every time they happen, they're sold out. They, fill the stands. And these are not diehard race fans. These are people who are maybe new to the sport, who just want to come for the spectacle and fun. And then you see like things like the Freedom 500, and you got the Van Prix, the Freedom 500, you got fireworks, monster trucks, and it's just fun. And that is what I think NASCAR lost was the, hey, just have fun. Have it be a freaking backyard party or a tailgate, and just lean into it because that's very Americana. It's not the hoity-toity champagne drinking on a rooftop F1. And I'm sorry if you like F1. Those vehicles are thoroughly impressive. The technology in F1 is awesome, but the racing in NASCAR is better.
Strapped in.
All right. And then I do love the Kyle Larson dropping the grocery bags and run into the car. I think that's like a racer through and through. He's like, oh, there's driving, there's racing going on. Boom, I'm on. Like, I love it. All right, so I think we've seen a Mustang from the start. Now we got Kyle Larson in a Corvette, and I think Marshawn Lynch jumped into a Toyota. So I think we've hit all three major manufacturers. And you got that great iconic American flag scene, and then more Cletus and Carson Hocevar doing donuts. And again, this is just lean into the fun, lean into the just like unashamed. We are loud, American, and proud, and just yeah. I think this is a very effective and good marketing campaign, and I think if they take this as their base and build from it, this will bring the fan base back. I mean, also just showing the pure excitement, Ross Chastain smashing the watermelon, jumping into the crowd, this people cheering, and just, again, the raw enthusiasm and emotion is good for the sport. And I think they are finally leaning into it instead of trying to attract the people who don't like this style of racing, attracting the rich guy who wants to stand on top of a roof with champagne and be seen at a NASCAR event, or no, sorry, an F1 event, versus somebody in the stands cheering for their racer and just loving it and just going all out and going crazy. And I think this is what fans want. They want the just pure raw excitement and enjoyment of our style of racing. And I said our intentionally.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, fellas.
This wasn't made to be tamed. It's made to be felt.
All right, and I kind of love that Kyle Larson's wife shotguns the Coca-Cola and just like is out there cheering for her husband doing donuts around her in a Corvette. That is just fun. It is. That is why Cletus is so successful. It's because it's the bringing the fun and just raw emotion that motorsports can bring, and not taking it too seriously and realizing, yes, this is something that we can have a very serious business and race about, but we want to make sure that we sit and reside in that fun part of it. So I think again, this is just a very well done ad campaign. I'd be curious who designed it for him. And that little shift there,
This is NASCAR. So America, start your engines.
and using Freebird and the proper timing so that when that Ford Mustang lands, you got the break in the music and it kicks it, into gear basically. And this again, and then you get the flyover. Very well done. Whoever edited this did a really good job too. So this is some solid editing, and the timing of the music is really well done. So what can I say? I do think that this is a winner for NASCAR. I think this is a winner for the fans because it sees us finally. NASCAR finally understands who their audience is, and they're going to maybe stop chasing the fans who don't like our sport. Don't chase the fans who don't care about us. Build your core base, and your core base will do the marketing for you. They're going to be the ones talking about the Daytona 500 on Monday with their friends at work. They're going to be the ones calling their buddy saying, "Hey, I'm doing a barbecue and we're going to watch the Daytona 500. Come on over." That is what this is about. This is about realizing who their audience is, who their core fans are, and what the culture around the sport is, instead of trying to chase the people who don't care about it. So I do think this is a huge plus. I think we saw Chicago. I think we saw where the San Diego course is going to be. Then we think I saw Daytona in there. So over and over again, they're tying all this stuff together very well. I think this is a very effective marketing campaign, and it culminates with, you know, the Daytona 500 on February 15th at 2:30 Eastern. So I'm excited. I do think this was a very well done marketing campaign. It's a little bit of a, I don't want to say apology, but it's like a reorientation of NASCAR's marketing back to the core fans and back to what makes NASCAR fun and what makes it our sport, because it's loud, it's American, and it is the best racing in automobiles in my opinion. Because I'm just not for the single file racing. Great, you're making a great Apex. Awesome. Well done. You're a great driver. But that's just being a great driver doesn't make it good racing. I like that door-to-door contact. I like the, you know, little bit of chaos that NASCAR has, and that the fact that somebody can make a mistake and the whole field is taken out. And that is it. Just that little bit of chaos, I think, is huge for our sport, because NASCAR is pure Americana. What can I say? So, all right, this has been In the Marbles, and let me know what you think. Comment below. What was your favorite part of the NASCAR video? And do you think it's going to do what NASCAR is hoping that it's going to do? Talk to you soon.